So in this video I'm going to show you how I make pour over coffee at home. And so the rule number one for making good coffee is to get good quality beans. And so here I'm using this decaf from Vesta Coffee Roasters in Las Vegas. They're probably the best that I've found here. And the most important thing is how fresh the beans are. And they actually tell you what the roast date is. As you can see here, it's January 13. I got it, I think, 5 days after that. And I think that's the biggest variable in getting good coffee, is to get beans that are fresh. You're unlikely to find that in most grocery stores. Some do, certain brands, they will write the roast date on it, but most places don't. So I would say go to your local coffee shop or local coffee roaster. That's your best bet. So I'm going to be using the Hario's V60, or I keep forgetting what it's called. But it's made out of ceramic, has a hole on it, and got these swirls in it to do something with the flow. And that's the filter. And the first setup is to just pour some hot water on it. And I'm using a Hario electric kettle here with this gooseneck. This gooseneck is really to so that you can have a gentle flow. As you can see, it's pretty what's called the laminar flow. And this kettle, another advantage is that it has a, you'll see, it has a built-in port for a thermometer. So right now it's 195. I'm going to heat it again just so I get to the optimum coffee brewing temperature, which is anywhere between 195 and 205. So that's the first step, is just to kind of heat the cup, and then I'm just going to measure the beans. And I'm going to take 15 grams. And I'll be using 250 milliliter of water. So it just has to be roughly. So that's the beans. Now I have to grind it up, and that's, I think, the key thing is. As you know, with spices as well, you want to grind things, freshly. So I'm gonna be using this. I should show you that. It's a Porlex hand grinder. So it has ceramic burrs, and that's the handle that I'm going to use to rotate it. But you open it from the top, and that's where the beans go in. And then you put the cap back, and I've already set it to grind it for the pour over. You can also dial the size of the particles. So I'm just gonna hand grind it. Get a little bit of a workout, tiny bit in the morning. And different beans will grind differently. These are kind of brittle. I can feel the hardness and the crunchiness of these beans. It takes me about 30 seconds, not more than a minute for sure. And the way you know when you're done is that then it starts to kind of rotate smoothly, and you'll also not hear the sound of the grinding. So it's done. I'm going to toss this water that also heated up this coffee cup, put it back here, put the Hario back in here. I'm going to tear it, and then, oops, actually I always open it from the top. You open it actually from the bottom. That's where the grinds grow. sometimes shake it to kind of level it. Yeah, so 15 grams. I tare it again. Temperature is at 203. And I'm going to start the timer, and this is what's called the bluing process. You just wet the grinds, and then I wait for, oh, I guess I didn't press the timer, about 30 seconds. I'm just copying what the coffee pros do. I haven't really looked into what all happens during this. They say some kind of degassing, but it's just to get the grinds wet. I'm assuming so that the water when we pour will be going down more uniformly. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. Then I'm going to start pouring in. And the key thing I have to keep in mind is that I pour a total of 250 grams. So 15 grams coffee, 250. You want to do it gently. And that's where this gooseneck thing comes in handy. I mean, if you use like a standard electric kettle, I mean, it will just pour out unevenly. So I'm hitting 250, and there you go. I'm just going to wait for it to be over. I'll probably take another maybe a minute or two. So this can be a relaxing process early in the morning to just watch your coffee drain in a pour over. And I can, remove this is kind of what I do as this is happening. I'll put away my stuff. It's like watching paint dry. In the meantime, I'll just show you that thermometer. So it's only in Fahrenheit. This one, I think in Japan they sell one in Celsius, but in the US you can only get this in Fahrenheit. So too bad. I wish they had a way to switch the units. And that's kind of the probe that goes in, and the idea is that that tip goes close to where the water is coming out, so your temperature is accurate. So this is for people who are kind of fussy about these things. So it looks like the coffee has drained, and there's the coffee. Very nice color and very nice aroma. So that's how I do pour over every morning.